What it is, people, this is the first episode of Quote Ghosts. We got a name. I like it.
Yeah, I fucks with it.
You know what I'm saying?
It took a long time for that name.
Yeah, it took a long time. I got my nigga Vinnie. You go by Vinnie, right?
Yeah, you call me New York Smitty, though.
New York Smitty.
It don't matter, man.
Yeah. We just gonna introduce. I'm gonna introduce myself first. I go by the name of Tommy Gunz, man. I've been in the entertainment space for a minute. I've been touring all over Germany, doing shows, you know what I'm saying, jumping around on stage, taking my shirt off, probably smashed your chick. No, I'm just playing. I'm happily married now.
The GOAT. What is that?
Yeah, but I've been around and I've been doing things out here. You know what I'm saying? We based in Europe for a long time, and I'm a podcast connoisseur of sorts. You know what I'm saying? And I figured, since I like listening to him so much, I might as well delve into the realm of podcasting and start my own. You know what I'm saying? And I brought my boy New York Smitty over here and the co-host with me. Go ahead and tell the people a little bit about yourself, man.
Yeah, man. First, I'm gonna say this: if you don't know Tommy Gunz, you ain't nobody out here.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You don't know Tommy, you not popping out here. Nah, I was playing. Look, my name is Vince, but obviously on Instagram, New York Smitty. Everybody call me Smitty back home. Been in Germany for shit. I gotta think. I got out here like 2015. So how many years is that? Shit,
that's like 7 years.
7 years. Now? Been out here, like I said, Tommy hit me up. It was like, yo, let's hop on the podcast. I'm like, well, shit, I like to talk, so fuck it. I'm gonna hop on there. You know what I mean? And it's been you're gonna see how it goes, man.
Yeah, like we said, this is the first episode. We're gonna and on this podcast, we're gonna keep it, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna keep it light, keep it fun. I mean, we're gonna talk about some serious topics too, of course, but mostly it's like a pop culture podcast. We're gonna talk about whatever is going on in culture, like at the moment. We're gonna try to stay as current as we can, you know what I'm saying? Just whatever crazy shit that's happening. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about politics. We're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about shit going on where we from, shit going on out here in Europe and Germany, where we at.
The goofy shit that people doing out in this world right now, man.
Yeah,
especially
pretty much.
COVID going on.
We're going to keep it on the crazy motherfuckers that's got shit going on and that's doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever interesting topic that might pop up every week. You can tune into us and, you know what I'm saying, get our point of view, and maybe you agree with our point of view. And, that's what we're looking forward to build a community of like-minded individuals that can, go on a journey with us and, just.
Exactly. We want to create a space that's like, you feel me? Like y'all chilling with us type shit. We ain't trying to make it like all scripted and shit. We trying to give our real opinion, be real as fuck on here.
Yeah.
Because we ain't real. You feel me? So. How we gonna do it?
That's how we gonna do it. We here.
2022.
So one topic that I know is going on right now. I'm just gonna randomly think of one of the ones we was talking about earlier.
We gotta talk about my boy, Drizzy Drake. What the fuck that nigga doing out there, man?
Got that hot sauce in his bag.
I mean, at low key, like that shit tight smart, you feel me? But nah, that's crazy.
I mean, it's kind of overboard though. I mean, he did that knowing that this chick was probably gonna go in the bathroom, because the whole was. If you didn't know, Drake, it's a alleged story out in the media right now that Drake was with an Instagram model. You know what I'm saying? She spelled out the whole thing. They went to a hotel room. He rubbed her back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's what she said in the whole memo. And she was like, he was real intent on making sure everything was consensual and shit. She ain't claiming rape or nothing like that,
Most of these bitches be doing that shit.
Yeah. She probably had to sign an NDA to even. She probably breaking the law even telling the story, if it even happened. But anyway, she said she went you know what I'm saying? He went to the bathroom, put the condom on, came back. They smashed like 20 minutes. You know, it's Drake. He ain't got to be impressed, though. You know, he could have fucked her for.
Go back and be like, oh my God.
Yeah. So he said they smashed 20. I mean, she said they smashed 20 minutes, and then he went to the bathroom. He bust in the condom, went to the bathroom, took the condom off. Before he put the condom in the trash, put some hot sauce in the condom to deter the bitch from putting in a coochie.
What's wild is I thought, like, when I heard the story, I thought, like, he put the...
I thought he was just wilding while he was smashing the chicken, just put some Tabasco sauce in there.
Yeah, because that's like, would that be like assault or some shit, right? Burning the eyes or some shit.
Of course. Like, how the fuck? How you ever got... I got Bengay on my nuts one time when I was a kid after football practice, trying to put the fucking icy hot shit on my thighs. Jesus Christ. That's a whole nother story, though. But my question to you is... Because the chick trying to sue this nigga over it, you know what I'm saying? Does she have a case? No,
nigga. Like, bitches just be trying to get the bag, man.
Of course.
I mean, that's a crazy story. Like, I mean, honestly, I don't know how they gonna look at that in court. Like, what's the prosecutor gonna say and all that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, she got a good enough lawyer. She got a chance, you know? It's ridiculous. It's Drake.
That bitch knows. He be like, remember what he said in his song? He be going to breakfast with the lawyers and shit.
Yeah. She has no chance. But I don't know. In today's climate, where chicks can sue you for anything and believe all women and all this stuff, I mean,
yeah, but that's for like, I feel like that's for more serious allegations, not for no fucking hot sauce and condom and shit like that.
I mean, she can argue that. I mean, I'm playing devil's advocate here, but she can argue that, you know, he knew she was gonna go do that, and now she scarred for life because
evidence she saved the condom.
Maybe she did.
They gonna be like with a witness.
Yeah, you know true.
You gotta have a witness. You gotta have the condom.
I mean,
she could have put the hot sauce and
she could have did it herself, and you know what I'm saying. But it's her fault. You know, like what you going in the bathroom trying to fucking squirt some condom.
You see the
cream in your coochie after the fact in the first place, bitch. You already up for the money grab. They should throw that shit out, even if.
The crazy thing is, I don't even know how she can even say some shit. It gotta probably be true because I don't know nobody that can embarrass themselves like that. Like, why would you even come out with that story?
Man.
You feel me?
I think she like put it out anonymously, but just running with the story could make her famous if she didn't do it anonymously. She could just be that girl from the Drake hot sauce story and gain 1 million followers on Instagram.
But hold on, you see, I seen on Instagram, it was like now I can't get this verse out of my head or something like that. It was like a Drake verse that says something like, I got the sauce, bitches trying to claim they prego or something like that. I don't know what song it's from.
Oh, he said that in a song.
Yeah, I seen it. Like, you know how they have the memes and it said, I can't get this line out of my head now. Like,
yeah.
So nigga probably been doing that shit. Nigga been doing that. That's
crazy, it's
though.
Kind of smart in a diabolical way, but the smartest thing he could have did was just flushing the shit down the toilet. You know, like, why are you? Who is thinking, I'm gonna put the hot sauce in this bitch? She come in here and do that shit if she want to.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
But that's a real thing that happens, though. I know a chick over here that did a soldier like that and thought, I ain't gonna say no name, but I swear to God, I know a chick that did something similar to a soldier, and because she liked him so much, and she met him in the One. The One is a club out here where all the thotties looking for black soldiers go to. You know what I'm saying? So she knew this dude from this club, and he took her home, smashed, had no intention of being with her or nothing like that. It was just a one night stand, and she knew it. So in the same fashion, he came in the condom, put it in the bathroom. She went in the bathroom, scooped it out with a spoon, stuck the spoon up the coochie, got pregnant.
Nah, that's OD. This is
Got
really going through all that.
Yes, she got pregnant. Told the guy, and thinking that she was in her scrambled brain, she was thinking that okay, he mine forever now. But this nigga was like, I'm about to get stationed back in the States. I'll holler at you because that probably ain't my baby. But she like, this your baby. This is what I did. Like told him.
Was it his baby?
Yeah, it was his baby. She told him like, I went and got your shit and put it in me, and now this is your kid. Illegal? I don't know if it's illegal or not. Probably not.
They gotta start putting on the condom on boxes. Make sure you know what I'm saying. Make sure it goes down the drain.
Yeah, you gotta flush or don't sleep with chicks that you don't want to have a baby by. That's what the old head would say. Yeah. But you know, I know that ain't ever gonna happen. But
it's crazy though, man. The shit that bitches be going through, bro. Like just to. Why, son? Why you go through all that? I mean, I understand Drake, but I'm talking about it's your story. For what?
You understand Drake? You understand the chick?
Yeah, I mean, like she tried to get pregnant by Drake. Like Drake,
that's so trifling, though. Like,
yeah, but it's understandable.
It's understandable if you gonna be that chick and try to finesse somebody. Then okay, go for Drake.
But a soldier though.
You know how these German chicks like exalt soldiers out here. When they like that type, they go for it. You know what I'm saying? But
shit, that's crazy, man. Drake, man. I hope everything work out with him and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think the story is true. Even though he did address it, he said something like, "Go ahead and get your 15 minutes of fame. I'll take the other 23 hours and 45 minutes or something like that."
It's crazy, man. I don't know, man.
I mean, you got to be careful out here. I mean, I'm glad I'm off the market and I ain't in the whole dating game no more. I ain't got to worry about putting hot sauce in condoms. I ain't got to worry about being in the club and wondering, is this a man or a woman in this light and shit type shit, which is really what I'm glad about, because I think I can tell from cheekbones and shoulders and shit like that, and like hips and waist type shit.
Nowadays,
but nowadays they getting pretty close.
Boy, nowadays, shit.
They getting pretty close to the real deal.
To the real shit,
bro. I was tattooing somebody the other day because I'm a tattoo artist too. And she was telling me her homeboy went to the one, got drunk. It was a group of them, but he got shitty drunk, and all of them was more sober than him and could tell the chick that he was talking to and dancing with was a transgender woman, biological man. And they was trying to tell him like, yo, that's not what you think it is. We know you're drunk, so chill out. And he like, y'all just hating. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, long story short, he ended up taking, the person home.
I can't even say shorty.
No, yeah. You end up taking the person home. And like you would suspect, they was like, let's do it from the back. Put it in the back door, my period on,
yeah.
And he was like, all right, drunk. You know what I'm saying? Drunk. All right, let's go. Let's just do this, And then he got to reaching up front. And he got
to play with it.
Yeah, he tried to flick the little flick that bean.
Flick the whole dick.
Flick the whole eggplant up there.
Damn. Nah, I ain't go front. I would have been hot. I've been trying to play all that.
That's how people get fucked up though. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, so we don't get canceled from the jump, you feel me? I respect everybody.
Yeah. I'm trying to talk as politically correct as I can. But in that situation, I'm probably fucking you up. Because you lied to me, you deceived me. I'm thinking you're a woman the whole time. You didn't tell me shit, you know what I'm saying? And you went even further, that's low key rape. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm about to say. Like, I'm gonna feel traumatized.
Yeah, like I didn't give consent to do nothing with no man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm probably, you feel me? Probably blasting you, bro.
Yeah, that's probably
that's a murder
in the heat of the moment situation. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a bad situation. You know, I ain't even gonna say what I'll do, but it's not gonna be pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause
I don't know, man. Like,
that's too much, man.
I be hearing stories like out here, you know, with the soldiers and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I be hearing some of them they be with it though. They low key. They be on that
low key shit. On the DL.
I be hearing like when I was in the army and shit, especially like the NCOs that was married and shit like that. I heard a couple of them, at least in my unit.
Yeah,
like they caught them and shit.
They caught them
because I think that shit is blacklisted, right? Like to be doing any type of prostitution or anything like that, that's blacklisted in the military. You can't do that shit in the military, right?
I think even like when I was in, this was like 10, 11 years ago or some shit like that. Like, like sodomy itself was illegal in the military. Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, yeah, but I heard a couple of dudes that was on some shit like that. But same story. I had a story like that too. Like it's actually one of my mans. I ain't going. You feel me? I ain't gonna throw his name out there, but he did the same shit. He was like, "Yo, bro, like that's not it." You feel me? And
he didn't know. Or he did know.
Like, he clean. He was drunk. You feel me?
Okay.
But
I mean, some people into that. You know what I'm saying? People are into, you know, strange things. You know, people got fetish. People got fetishes and shit. People like feet. You know, people like getting shit on type shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, people like some strange things, man. People like, you know, some women like to get dominated. Some women like to dominate. Like, it's a whole, like, kink community out there. So I'm glad that I don't have no weird shit that I like. You know what I'm saying? Where am I going? Let me think where I'm going with this. But, you know, like, Kevin Gates, right? He introduced the mainstream to eating ass. Because when Kevin Gates was out talking about it in every interview and shit, at first I looked at it like, ew. Because I wasn't eating ass at that time. Ain't even thought about it. And, you know, I was like, this nigga eating chicks' booties and shit? I was like, what? That's a thing? I mean, I had saw it in a few porns and shit, but I was like, this nigga just going overboard, you know?
Yeah, I thought, it's just a porno.
Yeah, or he got paid extra for that or something, you know?
It's paid like 10 bands on
that.
Yeah, facts.
But apparently, you know, it's not a horrible thing. You know, if it's clean.
Nah, put it like this. You can't be out there just eating.
No, you can't eat everybody, but.
Yeah. Just like, yo, bro, I'm keeping it 100. It's just like, you know, going down shit. I ain't going down on every bitch.
No.
You feel me? Like, when I was single.
Yeah.
I gotta know you to be doing shit like that.
Yeah, I gotta know you. You gotta be bad enough. You know what I'm saying?
Bad enough, facts.
You know, like, there's a lot of factors come with if I'm gonna, you know, eat the box. You know what I'm saying?
This is how it go, but
but yeah, like, everybody got their thing that they do. Some people go a little bit more extreme with it and shit. You know, some people go all the way to, you know, sleeping with transgenders and shit, which I would never understand, but I live and let live. You know what I'm saying? I knew this one chick one time. I never had anything with her, nothing like that. But she, like, when I was still in the military. I was living in Killeen, Texas and shit. And I was living in this apartment complex. And a chick left her number with like a kissy thing on my windshield, right? So I'm like, chick hollering at me, that's cool, you know. So I called her number to find out who it is. And, you know, we decided to link up. I go to her crib. You know, we sitting on her bed, just chopping it up. She wasn't ugly or nothing. She just wasn't really my type at the time. But so we just got to talking about random things, and I don't know how we got around to talking about this. but she was like, I get paid to go to men's houses, shit in their toilets, so they can, and all they want to do is come in the bathroom and smell my shit, so they can get horny for their wives and shit. She was like, that's they kink, smelling shit.
Nah, I ain't never heard shit like that.
I swear to God. And I was like, what? How much you get paid? She was like, I get paid good money for that shit.
Yeah, yo, let me know if you need somebody to stay in crib. Nigga. I ain't even know that was you really.
And she was like, they'll tell me different things to eat. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be different dirty, textures, boy. And it'll have a different bouquet and shit.
I ain't never heard of shit like
that. But that's a real thing, man. Dudes be out here paying chicks to come take a shit in their toilet, man. And don't even want to smash the chicks.
Yo, get some, what they be saying? Be like, yeah, make sure you eat some McDonald's.
Yeah. Make sure you get an apple pie.
Yeah.
And eat that too.
That's OD, son. That's OD.
Speaking of eating, I'm eating the edible right now. And it should kick in about 30 minutes. So if I start getting weird, y'all know.
Yo, that's crazy. But yo, so let's talk about you heard NBA YoungBoy's new song? Nah. So in the song, like I saw on the Shade Room and obviously Academics and shit like that. No shout out to them too. So apparently, NBA YoungBoy dissed the whole old block and King Von. Like, I think he said some shit like smoking on old block back, Atlanta boy.
Really?
Up. Yeah, shit. Bro.
Ain't it somebody from his camp that had something to do with the whole Von shooting and some shit like that or something?
Nah.
Or he cool with one of them niggas or some shit?
Nah, so apparently King Von and Quando Rondo, that's to do that. His man's Timmy, whatever, shot him, or whatever.
He in jail?
Nah, he got out.
Okay, self-defense or some shit.
That's what they're claiming. He dropped this song about that too. He said he claiming self-defense. We'll pull it up on YouTube maybe one day. But yeah, man. So basically, what happened was nobody knows the real reason, but they believe it was over a girl.
Okay.
King Von. Nobody knows why he acted like that,
because he like ran up on them and shit like that.
Him, beat the shit out of him. But you feel me? Like I seen 600 Breezy. I don't know if you know who he is, but he basically said he's a dude from like the 600 side of Chicago. Apparently he said also that he understands why the Timmy dude shot King Von. You feel me? Because it's King Von and he's known in Chicago. He's like well respected gangster, like shooting, like he a shooter.
Okay.
You feel me? So he was probably scared. Like when he saw that King Von was beating Quando Rondo's ass, he probably was like, nah. I mean, it's probably gonna result to this. You feel me? Because it's King Von. Like it's proven that he caught bodies. You feel me?
Yeah.
So other than that, Quando Rondo was signed to NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah, okay.
So with the whole situation that went on, NBA.
That's what I mean. It was a whole affiliation between them.
And basically, he just got out of jail.
Yeah, he on like house arrest right now.
Yeah, some in Ohio, some shit. I don't fucking know where the fuck he at. But basically he basically told in the song he basically just like brought back because kind of died down the beef. Like, it probably never died down with Chicago, on the internally, but, just for the fans and people who was into that, like, basically it turned down. But, yeah, bro, he dissed them, and then Lil Durk was on the internet and said some shit, like, basically, like, if you ain't, don't claim it if you ain't do it. You're still a bitch or some shit like that. But
After the fact,
yeah, so.
After the diss track that YoungBoy just put out.
Yeah. Shit is crazy, bro, like. I don't know, man. I think you fucking with some Chicago niggas, you gotta really be about that. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yeah, because niggas in Chicago do not play around.
They don't play around, bro. It's don't get me wrong, like this hood's everywhere.
Yeah,
this hood's everywhere. I'm sure where you from, you got hood.
New
York is hood. Everywhere is a hood, but like.
But my
Chicago
thing is
different.
My thing is with YoungBoy, man, when you are artist of his caliber, you know.
So you like him?
No, I'm not. When I'm saying artist of his caliber, I mean the level of success that he's achieved, you know. Especially with all his legal shit he got going on right now, being on house arrest, facing whatever charges he facing, like, why put yourself in some more shit by releasing a diss track, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's the thing, bro. Like, I feel like when it's kind of like Pooh Shiesty, right? Like, I feel like when you transition, when you like basically in the streets, so heavy in the streets, it's hard to transition into the.
I understand that.
Because I mean, I wouldn't understand that either. Like, but that's what I said. He gotta really be about that life. You feel me? To even bring up that whole shit, just to bring it back up. You feel me?
But Pooh Shiesty was just getting in the game. He had just got signed with Gucci.
Same with NBA YoungBoy though.
But NBA, he been around for a minute though.
He's like Kodak.
He like hopping in and out.
Hopping in and out of prison and shit. You feel me? So he's still well connected, you feel me, to the streets and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think, you know, especially, you know how it is with, you know, with niggas back home too, bro. When niggas is in and out of jail, you know, it becomes a fucking, you know, becomes a lifestyle, you know.
Yeah, they become what's the word?
There's a word for it. I can't think of that shit. They become institutionalized. Yeah, institutionalized. You feel me? And that's the thing, man. Like listen, I don't know NBA YoungBoy personally, but you know, I just know, you know, the facts. They say that's what happened. So I don't know, man. Like I feel like, you know, why, bro? You got all this bread, you got all this money, you already in house arrest, like you said, and you out here dissing the dead, bro.
I feel like NBA YoungBoy is not all the way there. Like, he got some real issues. Like, not to call him like crazy or nothing, but I think he got some, whatever shit he went through, whatever trauma he went through before he like rose to fame and stuff, is still like severely fucking with him. You can tell it when you look in his face. You know what I'm saying? You look in his eyes. He a tormented soul, you know.
He said it in when he was locked up. I remember he put out a thing basically saying like something's wrong, like he going through some shit in his life and shit like that. And even some of it you can kind of projects it in his music too. When he first got released.
He just seems real like angry and like anxious about like and having all these kids. How many babies do he got? Like 11 or something?
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I personally like I just see this shit, but I don't listen to that nigga. I don't know.
Nah, I don't listen to his music.
I don't know nothing about what man's got going on. Like I just saw that. Like, you know, I'm more when it comes to the music shit, I'm more on like the old block. Like I like drill music and shit like that. I like that type of shit. But NBA YoungBoy, like, don't get me wrong, like
he's popular though.
He's popular.
He's like the biggest artist on YouTube.
Yeah, his fan base is crazy.
Solid. Yeah.
And they're annoying too. Every picture you go on to, like, it's like NBA YoungBoy better. Like, you feel me? But if they could be talking about fucking Joe Biden and he'll say something like NBA YoungBoy could, you know, nigga trolling and shit. But yeah, man, like I don't really listen to nigga. I heard he got mad kids though.
I heard he got mad kids. How many kids NBA YoungBoy got?
I mean, Dirk got mad kids too, though.
Really?
I think Dirk. Damn, son. Let's see this competition right now. Let's see how many kids niggas got. Hold on. But I fucks with Dirk, man. Dirk is he a solid. I think
Dirk came a long way.
Yeah, man.
He used to be trash.
You think so?
Yeah.
I like Dirk I like old Dirk, like that drill Dirk. But he's definitely grown. Like he's gotten better.
Yeah, he definitely he baby Future now.
Yeah, man, he's getting nice, man. I ain't gonna lie. What about Lil Baby? How you feel about Lil Baby? I feel like he's on every song. Don't get me wrong, Lil Baby nice.
I like Lil Baby, but I feel like he like overly hyped. Everybody acting like he like the new Lil Wayne and shit like that.
He is nice though.
He's nice.
He's nice. I would say what's up?
But I don't get like classic artist vibes from him. Like he gonna be around like forever, like a Lil Wayne or something like that.
He can spit though. Right?
He can spit, but I don't get like.
You gotta think.
I don't get mogul vibes from him. Like he gonna be around like in 5 years or some type shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like when it comes lyrically, I feel okay. Look, top rappers. I would say top rappers from Atlanta would be Lil Baby. At least the ones that I know. You feel me? So I don't want you to feel.
You put Lil Baby at number 1?
I was.
It's like hottest right now or something.
Hottest, like he's probably I mean,
he hotter than Future.
He was the top paid, like one of the top paid rappers. He came like after Drake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that boy made that bit. He been making you gotta think every song, Lil Baby, every song that a down south person drops or whoever drops, Lil Baby is on that record or he's on that album.
Yeah, he on everybody album. He was on. I think he was on Kanye and Drake album. He was, if I'm not mistaken. So was Dirt. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I would say Lil Baby, Future. I would say Thug.
Yeah, Thug.
Shit, who else from Atlanta is hot? Like
21.
21, yeah. I mean, he hot, but he like a couple years he ain't really up there. But I fucks with 21 Savage.
I fucks with 21 Savage. I ain't fuck with him at first. Being a musician myself, I just heard like his early music. And I was like, this nigga is putting forth no effort. He just going in there half asleep. And like, there's no emotion in his voice. And he just like, but that became like his shtick, you know, like that became like him, you know, like he ain't, I wish I could just go in the booth and.
You think he from, like, can he claim Atlanta even though he was born in London? Can he claim that shit? He grew up in Atlanta.
I mean, if he grew up in Atlanta, you know, everything about him screams Atlanta and shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got no UK accent. You couldn't look at nothing about him and tell that.
Yeah, but the memes was going crazy.
Yeah, they was going crazy when people found out about that shit.
But yeah, 21 is, I wouldn't say he's up there, but he is definitely like one of the.
He's definitely one of the top Atlanta rappers for sure.
I don't know who else from Atlanta is really. I don't know, bro. I can't even think of.
NBA YoungBoy got seven kids.
Hold on, I'm about to look up.
At 21 years old. That's outrageous.
Yeah, that's OD. I ain't gonna lie.
All his money going to his fucking kids.
Dirk only got 5 kids, so NBA YoungBoy winning. How many kids did Doug got? I heard he got a lot of kids because I heard Summer Walker said it in her song. You know that album she just came out with?
Yeah.
That whole like London on the track. That was like a diss album.
I don't like Summer Walker.
What?
I like her. She can sing her ass off.
That album was fire.
But as a person, I don't like her.
What? You talking about what she did? Like how she was with the dude after the song?
Nah, nothing about her baby drama boyfriend shit. But I don't like, because when she finally got like popping. She was like complaining about being famous. Like,
yeah, that's she got problems though. She
got like anxiety or whatever. I don't know exactly what thing, but she would like go to shows and go out on stage and couldn't take the attention and would just cancel the whole show.
Yeah, but I mean, it's understandable.
It's not understandable.
How, you know, she didn't.
Don't be a fucking musician if you can't. You can't stand up in front of a crowd and sing, you know?
Yeah, but the thing is, too.
Be a Spotify streaming artist.
Yeah,
you know?
But I think you got to also, I mean, you're a musician. Like, so you also got to be able to make that money, you got to go on tour. That's
of course.
Most of the times they make that bread. So, I mean, she don't go on tour. She ain't gonna get paid. You feel me?
Who problem is that though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you know, positive energy. What Charlamagne be saying? Positive energy.
I'm sending healing energy to this.
Yeah, man. Like,
but I also don't like all the surgery she be getting and shit too. She changed her whole fucking face.
Oh, I ain't know that.
I don't like that shit, man. I don't like when chicks. I mean, it's her face and all that shit, but she didn't look bad before. You know what I'm saying? And she just in my opinion, she mutilated her face. You know what I'm saying? She looked like a fucking alien now.
Hold on, let me Google her real quick. What she looking like?
You like when chicks get lip injections?
I mean, it depends on how much, you feel me? If it's like OD, like some people get it, you know, that's the actual.
Yeah, most of the time it's OD though.
I'm sorry, the big shits, nah, I ain't fucking with that.
It looks so unnatural.
Yeah,
and
the
nasty.
unnatural ones, you know. But if it's like, you know, some people get like the face, you know, the face fillers and shit like that. I don't think there's nothing.
Yeah, if as long as it's like done in moderation, and I can't really tell, but most of the time chicks get it done once. And you can barely notice it, you know. It just kind of gives them that full natural look, I guess. And then by the third, because you know that it only lasts for a little while, and then by the second, third time, the shit looking like a fucking baboon butt.
It fucks them up, right? I think it's
they just always get more the more times they go and do that shit, you know, and it end up looking ridiculous, and they be all on Instagram like. All up in the camera, like thinking that shit look good, and it'd be like, how do you think this is attractive? Hey man, and that shit don't make you suck dick no better.
I don't know, bro. I just let them live, man.
I'm gonna let them live, but in my opinion,
they want with their body, man.
In my opinion, I don't like that shit, you know. And chicks need to, unless you like a white chick with no lips at all, you know. You don't need to be getting that shit. Like all these chicks of different ethnicities trying to, you know, look like the sisters. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is the next topic we gotta talk about. You know who Fresh and Fit is? It's these two guys. They super corny dudes, but they got a YouTube podcast. You know what I'm saying? And it's called Fresh and Fit, and it's two black dudes.
It was on the Breakfast Club before?
No, they never been on the Breakfast Club. They've been like they fuck with academics. They've been on No Jumper with Adam 22 and shit. And but it's always controversy around their names and shit, cause they like these they be pushing the alpha male shit. Like, I'm an alpha male, you know, I deserve, you know, 5-10 women, blah blah blah. Red pill, blue pill type shit, you know, and they be selling like courses to like lame dudes, trying to teach them how to like pick up women and shit.
Are they like, so they like physique and is like,
no, they don't look like an alpha, but they projecting that image, you know. Yeah. They took what Kevin Samuels was doing. And now they, you know, and they garnering like in 1 year, I think they got like 500,000 subscribers on their channel and shit. Cause they always like, they got a big like podcast. It's not that big. It's about the biggest this room, but they got a big ass table in the middle of their podcast studio, and they got like 8 mics, and they always they in Miami, and they always invite like 10 girls, like Instagram thoughts and shit, and they ask them like triggering questions and like call them stupid for what they think, and like, you know, they be shitting on them. They just that's why they gain following, because all the like incel dudes be watching them and like, yeah, you put that thought in her place and shit like that. But anyway, on a recent episode, they was like, we don't fuck with black women, you know. That's not, and that's cool, you know. Like, you can have a preference. I mean,
wait. They said the dudes said that?
The two black dudes, they said their they was pretty much saying that they don't date black women. You know what I'm saying? But they was saying it in like the most offensive way possible. You know what I'm saying? They was like, they was saying shit like, we don't dabble in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, it's cool if you want to go out and fuck with Shaniqua and Watermelon Nidra or whatever, but we ain't fucking with that. You know, we don't. They had like, it was like 3 different. I wish I could find the audio and shit.
So what they was
they're pretty much just shitting on black women and saying they would never date black women. And you can say that you have a preference. Maybe, you know, my wife is white. You know what I'm saying? German. You know what I'm saying? But I would never. And I've dated black women in my life and shit, and I would never, you know, shit on black women and call them, you know, names or call them ghetto, and that's the reason why I don't fuck with them and shit. But, you know, I I prefer. I mean, obviously, I prefer a white woman because that's who I married. But that's just who I happen to vibe with and fall in love with and end up with. You know what I'm saying?
Me is me. I would say it's a little different. Now my preference has always been I've always liked white women.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, but that wouldn't say so. So just for me saying that though doesn't mean that I wouldn't. You know, every girl that I like was attracted to was white. And
okay, forever.
Yeah. I've never. I mean, I think I talked to a black girl before.
You never been with a black girl, ever. From like, ever. Wow. Okay. Even back home.
But that like, not on no like I don't fuck with them.
Yeah, not on like ew.
Nah. Just first off, let me tell you something about me. I was always like New York cocky. Like I never really tried to like I never really went to talk. All the women that I've been with,
they hollered at you.
Yeah, you feel me? Like even my wife would deny that shit. My wife, you feel me? Like so, and that was my wife was somebody that I wanted. But like at the same time, it was like I don't know how to put it because I don't wanna make people feel like
I mean
like
speak your mind, man.
Yeah, like I don't got no problem with black women at all. It's just you feel me like. If you like ice cream, you go get ice cream. You feel me? Like
ice cream.
You know what I'm saying? Like ain't no like hate and nothing like that. But I feel like with me saying that, I've actually said, I got two blacks. My sister's is black. You feel me?
Yeah. Your mom's is black.
Yeah, my mom's is black. You feel me? So like, I feel like if I say that to a black woman and like my cousins and shit like that are black, like they would take it in a way like I'm being negative, but. That's my preference.
Yeah, that's your preference.
It's not because I don't, like I can say if I see a black woman, I can say she's pretty, but that's not what I want.
That's not what you're going for.
That's not what I'm going for.
And that's your prerogative, man. Like, but they will. Like I know, like some of my cousins back home probably look at me like. Oh, this nigga went and got, nigga went and got some money, got him a white bitch.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
facts. But the thing is too, like my preference is like, you feel me? Exactly like my wife. You feel me? Like
yeah.
My wife is like, she bad. Like you feel me? Like bad white girl. You feel me? Like, so, you know what I'm saying?
I feel the same way. I love my wife, and she is, 100% like what I always wanted, like in a woman. You know what I'm saying?
But I can say this though. Don't deny this now.
What that?
So like. You can't say that black women don't be hating though. If the fact that you are with a white woman, like,
of course they hate. They hate that shit.
That's one thing. Me personally, like you feel me. I've never really ran into that, into that problem yet. And my cousins and sisters, they love B and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But like, I would never like if I was just walking on the block, like if I was in the States or something like that, because that shit won't happen out here. But if I was in the States. Where that shit would happen, I wouldn't let nobody just like you feel me, because I'm black. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell that person like what's good with you. Like,
but do you feel people kind of trying to play you like you less black because you're not with a black woman?
Hell no, not me personally. Like, I haven't felt like that because listen, man. I know. The people I be, the people when I'm home, people I be, me and you each other off the record. The people I be around, like I'm black, you feel me? Like I'm really from the gutter, like so. There's nobody can take that from me. And I'm not saying that like being proud, but I know where I come from. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So like just me being with my white wife. I mean, me personally. I mean, I like it, man. It's a little, I'm exotic. You feel me? I feel like I'm exotic.
I like the contrast and the difference and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I really feel like I'm attracted to that. You feel me? I'm attracted to that. Also, that's like a man. I like different. You got your son. He mixed. I got my daughter mixed. Like you feel me? Like I'm good. Like you feel me? No.
Yeah, I mean, we could ask the question. Why is that our preference? You know what I'm saying? Because people be trying to say like, they'll try to delve more like deeper into it. Like, why is that as you as a black man, why is that what you find the most beautiful? Why don't you find a black woman? Why wouldn't a black woman that looks like you be your preference? Why this white woman is more attractive to you?
The way I would answer that too, I think personally on my level, just growing up, my my stepmom is white.
Okay.
My real mother, she's also with a white man. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
Like my parents are separated, but like, you know what I'm saying? And I grew up like, a point in my life I went into a foster home. My foster parents are both white. You feel me?
Okay.
So I went into foster care at a young age, you feel me? But like, yeah, like my foster parents are white, so like I don't know, maybe that's what I saw. And,
yeah, I would say that would probably have a big factor
like I said,
in why
I don't got no hate against like no black women. But I hate when people like, especially a lot of black people in our community, just our community in general, like they push this narrative. Like I hate seeing the shit on. That's why I unfollowed the Shade Room. I don't follow Shade Room no more.
I don't follow the Shade Room.
Like one thing I don't like is like they push this, like, especially when it comes to like, I always see like on the Shade Room, like when white, like let's say when Kim Kardashian, I think she had some braids or some shit like that.
Cultural appropriation.
Yeah, I understand I understand that, but like it's some of the comments and shit and some of the shit that the Shade Room pushes, you feel me? It's kind of like, yo, son, like that's like with everything that's going on with all this, Black Lives Matter, bro, that's not us. Like, why are we pushing this? Like, bro, who put in people's head that hair and in the way, right? You feel me, braids and all that, like black people, but then they get mad at us like that if we get stereotyped. Some people will get mad for stereotypes, but
yeah,
then but then at the same time we want to claim these stereotypes. Like
exactly, don't make no sense.
Makes no sense, and like so, like back on this, like the whole me being with a white woman, like you feel me, like I personally, like, you feel me? That's like I said, man. That's me, man. It's gonna be me. Nobody gonna disrespect nobody.
Yeah,
you feel me? That's just what it is. But
I don't know, for me, because both of my parents are black. I grew up in a small town in Alabama. I went to a small like elementary school, middle school, and high school. It was probably like
supplementary. That's what we call it in New York. Like it's all together, right?
No, I had to go to a different my town was so small. We only had a elementary school and a middle school, and I had to go to another city to go to high school. I had to take 2 buses to get to high school every day. That's how, because like population where I'm from, like 200 people. And like my school was predominantly black, like throughout, like until I got to high school, I might have seen like 2 white kids in my school the whole time, and there was these 2 brothers.
Yeah.
And, I was one of their only friends and shit, because I was just a nice kid, you know what I'm saying? And when I got to high school, it was like one white girl my whole high school career. And she was bad. To me, she was bad. And she was like 2 grades ahead of me, so I had no chance of beating all the other niggas, the senior niggas that was trying to smash and shit like that. But I always wanted that chick.
And it's probably because it was exotic. Like
it was different. I always liked different, and I dated black girls then, because that was all that was, not trying to lower them or nothing, but that was all that was available to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't see no other races in this little small town and shit, but on TV, in magazines,
it's like, I gotta get it.
I was like, oh, look at this. Look at these snow bunnies in this Playboy one day. You know what I'm saying? And then I got out of my town when I went to the military and shit. And, I never, like you said, like I never, not to say I ain't never hollered at a chick, but I, like, for the most part, chicks always came to me, And as time went on, that's what I attracted, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I put, that energy I put out into the universe, and that's what came back to me. But like from as long as I can remember, that's what I've been most attracted to. And it ain't gotta be white, you know, it could be, I done tried all type of races and shit. I've been all over the world, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to delve too much into that shit because I am happily married now. But like, you know who Ricky Smiley is?
Oh yeah.
He got radio
comedian.
shit. Comedian.
He used to do the Walmart joints.
Yeah. His son was on some reality show or something, and he was like, he don't fuck with black chicks. And he was like, he look at black women like his sisters or his aunties, or like he look at them like strong, like beings, but not so much as sexual like beings, you know what I'm saying? Like he don't see them in that light. He see other races in that light, and he got hella backlash. I think they canceled the fucking show he was on or some shit like that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of hate, bro. Like, that's just hate. Like, I feel like you know, they push, like I said, with the whole Black Lives Matter joint. Like, a lot of things is being pushed. Like, you know, love, you know, be with who you want to be with, but as soon as you do some crazy shit, like what they feel as though is crazy, it's like, yo, what the fuck? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? It's like, yo, son, like, you can't win, son. Like, you feel me?
Nah, you can't win. And a lot of times, like, more on the whole black agenda thing that you was talking about, like, a lot of times, because for me, in a perfect world, like, it wouldn't be so much emphasis put on race all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I like about living over here rather than living in America, because everything over there is about what group you belong to, like what color are you, what political party do you identify with, you know what I'm saying? Are you trans? Are you gay? Are you this? Are you that? Like, and all of them like clashing with each other constantly. Everybody offended by everything. Everybody, it's always a conflict going on and shit. And with like black people, my people, our people, you know, I feel like it's the same thing like with the whole feminist thing. Like, it's not, it got to a point where it ain't about equality no more. It's about superiority. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be, like, we don't want to be equal to the white man no more. We want to be considered the superior race, and we want to shit on everything black, you know, I mean, on everything white, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got into it with Charlemagne on Twitter one time, cause, you know, he got that fucking soundbite, cracker ass cracker, you know, every time a white person do some shit, racist or whatever, he want to call them crackers, you know? And I was telling him on Twitter, like, you think that's like helping anything? Like, if somebody call you a nigga, you turning around and calling them a cracker, you think that's resolving any kind of situation, or are you just making shit worse? Or are you just perpetuating what's going on?
Fire on fire.
Yeah.
That's a you feel me? We use that as a racial slur towards them.
Yeah. So like, why you wanna turn around and do the same thing they did to you? Why you can't just try to you know, I was like, you got a big platform, like, you need to be trying to educate people instead of throwing cracker ass crackers around and shit like that. You don't want no white dude on another radio station saying nigga ass nigga, you know?
And don't get me wrong, I'm like, everything you saying, I like, you taking the words out of my mouth, like, but I am pro black.
Yeah, I'm pro black too.
Definitely pro black. I don't want to like, you feel me? I don't want to let everybody know I'm definitely pro black. But it's like exactly what like what you said, bro. It's like, you can't throw fire on fire, bro. That shit doesn't make no sense, like, you know. And with the whole like black narrative thing too, it's like, damn, I lost my train of thought.
What I was saying is, I was going into like a black superiority rather than equality and shit.
Yeah. So like, I don't know, bro. Like I said, you took all the words out of my mouth.
Because it's a dude, you know, I don't know if you know who Dr. Umar Johnson. You know, you ever heard of him? He's like a self-proclaimed black scholar. He's all about like, he's like a Pan-Africanist. Like he believes that black people are the superior race. And
he was on the Breakfast Club too?
Yeah, he was on the Breakfast years ago.
Yeah, I saw him.
He was on
like,
Vlad too.
He was like, go get a black queen or some shit. Like he was saying.
Yeah, he definitely looks down on black men who date outside the race. If he had his way, black men would only he'd be like Asian people. He was like, you know why Asian people are so successful? Because it's forbidden for them to have kids outside of their race. And if he was like, if black people was like that, if we stuck together and we didn't keep sleeping with these snow bunnies and having these mulatto kids, we'd be much better off because we need numbers.
So these days he's definitely pushing like segregation and shit like that. Like in the sense. Yeah, that's OD.
Like super hard. You gotta watch. I'm gonna show you a few videos.
I think I seen him on the Breakfast Club, and I remember. And the crazy thing about it, that's what I was gonna get into. The crazy thing about it is like, you know how you was talking about how it is in the States and like, you know, everything's clashing. The thing is, when I'm talking about like when I watch these like movies like with my wife and shit like that about like what's going on in the States, like she can't even understand it. She don't even get it. Like she
can't even follow.
Yeah, because I'll be like, yo, you got, you know, I'll be saying shit like, yo, you gotta watch this because you know you got a mixed kid and stuff. And she's like, she don't understand it. She don't really follow it until I explain it. And she's like, wow, that's dumb. Like you feel me? Like it don't make no sense. And it's crazy, like. When I first got over here and like, you know, when we first started talking about watching shows and stuff like that, I used to kind of disagree with her sometimes. But then I started to realize like race ain't a problem out here. So she doesn't really fully understand.
She don't feel the whole gravity
of shit. You feel me? So, you know, like I said, man, I don't know.
It's the same with me because like I sat my girl down and I was like, let's watch this Colin Kaepernick
I remember you
thing. About that. And I was telling her, because, you know, he pretty much shitted on his mom and like, he didn't shit on it, but he didn't sugarcoat how ignorant to black culture she was and how she kind of didn't try to understand a lot of times and shit like that. And I was telling my wife, like, you need to watch this so you'll be like more empathetic to some of the struggles that our son might have as a black kid. You know, like you need to keep like, so you won't look like this lady. You need to keep your eyes open to like just subtle things like his hair and like, you know, like different cultural things that he might be interested in that you might not understand, that you might want to like keep an open mind and an open ear to. You know what I'm saying? And she was watching it. She was like, I don't understand. Like, what's the problem here? And a lot of times she would be like, I see that, and I would never be like that and shit like that. I was like, that's good, but I still think you need to watch the whole thing. So when some shit like this do come up, like you can be like, you know, like I said, more empathetic to like whatever shit might pop up because you do have a mixed kid now.
And it's very important. Now, talking about mixed kids, I you know. I'm glad you said that because one thing I can also say now that we on that topic is that, you know, I think out of both sides, mixed kids got it the worst. Like it's harder for mixed kids because mixed kids they you know, I've talked to people about this, you know, like, you know, mixed kids about this, and especially like my sister, because my sister's mixed, my half sister. She said like, you know, it was a little difficult for her because she got. People know you're mixed. You know?
Yeah.
Got the white side, you got the black side, and it's like, you know, they feel like they got a direction that they have to go. Black side, white side. You
gotta choose one.
They gotta choose one. You feel me? Because, and you know, that's one thing. I like me personally, I don't want you know, my daughter to go through. You feel me? I don't want her to go through. I just want her to be herself. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't want her to feel like she got to choose a certain side and stuff like that because at the end of the day, it don't matter. Clearly, it don't matter what side you on.
Yeah, you can want that for her though, but society gonna be society, and they gon', you know, she gonna get it in school. Like kids gonna tease her for being different and shit. Like I know, Like, my wife got a friend. She got a little mixed boy, and she not with the dad. Like, the dad don't pretty much want nothing to do with neither one of them. He live in America somewhere, and she had to switch schools like 3 different times because he was out here because he was getting bullied by kids for being black, and to the point where he came home one day and she caught him in the bathroom, like trying to rub the black off of his skin and shit because he didn't want to deal with that shit no more. Yeah. Almost
I'm
like
the type of person, you know, I'm gonna let everybody know. Pull up my school. Told my daughter I'm gonna pull up to the school.
Oh, man. If anybody out there in the future, is got anything to do with my son's schooling, if I hear anything racially charged or anybody fuck with him in any way, it's going down.
Shit, I'm pulling up too. Shit.
Same with his kid.
Yeah, that's a fact, nigga. I'm dead ass. Nigga. I'm about that life, for real.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, it's kind of inevitable that it's gonna happen because kids gonna be kids. You know, anything a kid don't understand, they gonna fucking, you know, try to make fun of or, you know, make something out of it or whatever. But
I think the important thing is like
to prepare your kids. That's what I think.
And the big thing is, you know, loving your kid.
Yeah, and being there for them when shit like that happen and letting them know, you know, who they are and
for sure,
and letting them know like they skin color don't define them.
Yeah, man, because I even know when I was growing up, man, like, you know, you feel me in the beginning, like when I hit the teen years, like, you know, when I was in like with my foster parents, like, you know the important things on the, like, you know, on the black side, you know, when you're black, especially when you're a dude and shit like that, you know, it's like, make sure you got, you know, school starts, you gotta have the fly and shit.
Yeah, you gotta have the fly fit.
You know, every other week you gotta make sure you the edge up, looking crazy, looking crispy.
Exactly.
You feel me? You gotta make sure, you know, and that was, I think, when I was growing up, that was the hard thing because, like, you know, and why I chose, you know, certain paths in my life because it was like, I was getting bullied and shit like that when I was younger. Like, you know, when I was in high school and shit like that, people used to tease me and shit like that. So, and then also that reflected on like the choices I made because then I started to become like, you know, the class clown. And shit. Because then, you know, the bad kids, you know, this is not, I hope this is not a stereotype, but the majority of the bad kids in my school was black. You feel me? So, you know, you want to get in with the cool kids and shit. So, you know, you start being a class clown and shit like that, start acting up, you know, starting to, you know, fit in and going to a different path. And like, that's my main thing. Like, you know, on the black side, you know, that was a hard thing. So, you know, I can imagine how mixed kids feel because it's kind of like, you know, do you act like, you know, you act like this or, you know, on the white side, you know, I don't even know. I can't talk about the white side because I don't really understand the white side. I ain't white, but, you know.
But at the same time, not to cut you off and nothing like that, they might have it a little rough, like on that end or whatever. But what most mixed kids have is beauty privilege because most mixed kids are fucking beautiful.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So most likely when you have a mixed kid, they gonna be pretty. You know what I'm saying? So at least they got, and beauty privilege is like in my opinion, the highest privilege you can have is better than white privilege. It's better than fucking, you know, gay privilege is a thing now. Yeah. But if you're a beautiful person, like people eventually in your life are gonna treat you better anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have a few rough patches in childhood or whatever, but you know, like I ain't seen too many mixed people that ain't like attractive. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Cause my son pretty as a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yo, he gonna be pulling them things.
I know, like they might pick on him a little bit, but shit.
Yeah, man.
When it come down to it, he can smash all they girls probably.
That's right. And now when it comes to my daughter, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't going.
You gonna have to watch her.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch her for real.
You have to come to the door with that shotgun. Well, I know we in Germany. You got to come to the door with that knife.
We can get them. Get them out here. Yeah, man. But like I said, man, you can't win, man. That's the thing about the whole, you know, preference and all that. You can't win, man.
Yeah, you should keep your preferences to yourself, and like, you know, and go for what you like, but you ain't got to be shitting on other the people that you don't like, unless they like getting shit on. But that's a whole nother topic. But we gonna keep going to some other shit.
Yeah, that's a fact. Hold on, let me song real quick.
I think we should talk about Kim K and Kanye motherfucking West out here showboating for each other with these fake ass side relationships and shit.
You think it's marketing scheme?
For Kim Kardashian, definitely.
I wouldn't say that, bro. Like, that's
her.
what
Her show about to come back on. This is all content for her show.
Yeah, but but at the end of the day, she is a celebrity. But
she is a celebrity.
But that narrative now, like with the whole, you know, with the sex tape and all that, I don't think she on that type of vibe no more. Like, because
she forever on that type of vibe,
bro. How?
Not the sex tape, but the controversial like news stories. She's forever on that vibe.
She get money in she got money in other ways where she makes way more money.
But that's the base. That's the base of her money.
Nah,
and she has a very extravagant lifestyle, so she got to keep that money.
Nah, I would say
railroading in.
Her makeup line is the highest paying thing that she has. And then
I think her TV shit is the highest paid.
No, because she has to break that up That's not her.
They got
show.
like $100 million contract on that TV show or some shit like that. But she got buku money coming in from everywhere. But because she stays in the media, if she ever falls off too much from the media, all that other shit gonna dwindle off too.
Do you honestly, other than you think if she stopped doing that, like whatever you claim she's doing, like you feel like it would be over for her?
It's over for her.
Hell no, you're bugging.
All the other shit gonna dry the fuck up.
Bugging, son. You're bugging. Hell no.
It's like Amber Rose. You think she getting money? You ain't seen her in a minute. You think she still getting money like that? Fuck no.
Yeah, but like Amber Rose ain't doing. It's like, first off, she ain't doing what like Kim K doing. Like Amber Rose don't got a makeup line. She ain't go to the because
she left Kanye too early.
But look, she also doing the what's it called, like she just passed the bar. She about to to be a lawyer and do all that shit. Like,
yeah, I applaud her on that, and that's
really
cool.
Applaud her on that.
I applaud her on that and the shit that she's got done and used her celebrity for. But she's never gonna stop with these controversial news stories, bro. And Pete Davidson is just enjoying the ride right now. But you really think that she gonna end up with Pete Davidson after Kanye West?
I don't even know who the fuck that is. What's he known for? Like,
he's a comedian. He's been on Saturday Night Live for a little while. He been in a few movies here and there, but he ain't
popping like that.
He more popping for who he date. He been with Ariana Grande. He been with like fucking, I think he was with like Kate Beckinsale. He been with like all the like real pretty, like petite, like Hollywood white chicks.
Celebrity life, that shit gotta be like, what the fuck?
It's gotta be lit. See,
nah, that shit is.
But I think she's just using him though. I think she's just using him. Cause this nigga ugly as shit. I mean, I don't judge men or whatever, but pull him up.
I tell if a nigga ugly or not, nigga. If you ugly, my nigga. That's
he ain't. She definitely not with him for looks. Maybe she with him because she make Pete Davidson.
Nah.
Maybe she with him because
nah. This nigga's ugly as shit, boy.
Hey, Chris, do me a favor. Let's try to pull a picture of him up in the
That boy is ugly, my boy.
He ugly as shit. Go to the side over here with the mouse and click. You gotta click on the box. Go over to the left a little bit, down to the YouTube one. Yeah, click right there. Go down to the other computer, the other screen, and pull up the Chrome browser and search Pete Davidson in the search bar. Pete, P-E-T-E.
Everybody on the joint probably like, oh yeah, we know he look like that. He ugly.
But for everybody who don't know what he looked like, so y'all just think I'm like, pull up the ugliest picture of him you can find.
Them bitches is all ugly, man.
And he like got like all kind of issues and shit. This nigga, he do not look like he would pull Kim Kardashian, a billionaire. Like some people would say the epitome of like beauty in the 2000s. Like, what do she want with this man?
That nigga funny, nigga. He a comedian.
He ain't even that funny. I watched,
look, man.
He was looking. There you go with Ariana Grande and shit.
Man, looks ain't everything, man. Looks
ain't everything. They say, I don't want to say that shit, but they say he must be,
throwing that.
He must be slanging
that shit.
He has to be.
Yeah, I believe it. Probably is.
Look at this motherfucker. Yeah, but anyway, go back to the second one, the main view. You gotta click on the box on the yeah.
I thought he was like albino or some shit when I first looked at him.
I don't know. He looked like he got like sickle cell. I mean, not coming on nobody that's sick, but he looked he looked sickly. He looked sickly. I'll say that.
First episode, cancel culture about to get us.
But yeah, I think it's just publicity because her sister is with
Travis Scott.
No, her sister. Yeah, I'm talking about her other sister, Courtney.
I don't know who Courtney was. She bugged out though.
She with Travis Barker, white dude, tattoos, and
Chloe's with Tristan Thompson, right? Or they together or not?
And they real good friends with Megan Fox, and she with Machine Gun Kelly. So Kim trying to like go get her little white boy type of thing, Hollywood thing too, to like so they can like match up aesthetically.
She did that before, right? With the basketball player and then divorced him. Like
she shitted on him though.
Yeah, that was OD.
With the Griffin, what's his name?
I forgot that.
Blake Griffin.
Nah, hell no.
She was married to Blake Griffin.
Nah, it's Chris Humphreys, something like that.
Oh, but she was with Blake Griffin before him, I think. But I think she did marry Chris Humphreys though.
So what you guys say about the Kardashians being with like, you feel like they like niggas or what's up? Like,
of course they like niggas. But what do you mean?
You think like how everybody be talking that's a bad thing? Or she only want to be with a nigga, like, you feel me? Or you think it's like
I don't think
don't matter, right?
Of course, I don't think nothing wrong with that. I just think her being with Pete, she trying to make Kanye mad for one thing, and she dredging up publicity for the new season of fucking Keeping Up with the Kardashians and shit. And Kanye, he been saying the whole time he didn't want a divorce and he want her back and shit like that. But then he see her like traveling all around and taking paparazzi pictures with Pete Davidson all the time and shit. So he was like, okay, you doing it, I can do it too. So he went and got him a little thing too.
But I ain't gonna lie though, what he did to her was fucked up though.
What did he do?
Like how he went on that rant.
That Twitter
bro.
rant?
Hell yeah, bro. That's OD. Come on now. Now you get on Twitter talking about like you married, bro. You get on Twitter and talk about like your real personal shit.
He said something about her mom, like,
and how they wanted to abort one of the kids and stuff like that. That's OD, bro. You don't put that type.
But he
shit.
got mental health issues.
Yeah, she dealt with it, bro. Dealing with somebody with mental issues ain't easy, bro. Come on, it's Kanye West, nigga. Come on, I be tired of seeing the nigga on the internet.
Yeah.
Imagine living with that motherfucker.
I know. I knew that shit wasn't gonna last though.
But I ain't gonna front. Even when he went on that rant, she still like protected him. She was like, mental health issues is a big thing. People should stop shaming him.
That's because she know how to work herself on the internet. She got media training like a motherfucker. I bet behind closed doors she was like, you fucking bipolar piece of shit. That's not my words. I'm saying that's what she was probably saying.
I mean, maybe she wasn't. Maybe she really liked that. We wouldn't.
If she was, she'd still be with him. But she left. That bitch wasn't having that shit behind the scenes, man. They weren't even living together.
Hey, Chef, how you fucking dickhead?
She was probably going. She probably hurt that nigga feelings so much.
Probably called him a nigga.
Probably did. You Trump loving nigger. Nah, she probably ain't call him a nigga and shit like that. But I'm sure she been fed up with that, with whatever that bipolar shit for a long time. Cause Kanye be wilding sometimes even on camera. I know, but I know living with him
I knew he was wilding once Jay-Z broke it off with him. He had to be wilding. And that was a long time ago when he broke it. He was probably like, yeah, this nigga's nuts.
But Jay-Z don't fuck with no kind of foolishness, though. You got to be a lot less crazy than Kanye West for Jay-Z to cut you off.
Jay-Z a gangster, man. That's my favorite. That's my favorite nigga, man.
Yeah. I fucks with Jay. I fuck with the way he moves more than than his music. I can't say that I'm a huge fan of his music. Like growing up, cause I'm from Alabama.
Yo, cut the podcast off.
Let me speak my case though. Like I'm from Alabama, so we was always aware of Jay-Z and his music and shit. But it was always like
it was well aware.
We was well aware of his music, but we wasn't like just bumping that shit like that. Even though I understood the skill level and like the quality of the music, but it wasn't no shit that I like hopped in my box Chevy in Alabama and rode down my dirt road and played, you know what I'm saying? Because it just wasn't the wave that people from Alabama was on. And like,
so you wasn't throwing up the rock?
Fuck no. Niggas in Alabama wasn't throwing the...
Look, go to his Facebook page right now.
No, you don't. Don't do that.
That bitch was already like this.
No. Jay-Z for us was like the Spurs. You know what I'm saying? Good fundamentals.
Fuck out of here.
It will get the job done in the game, you know, but the shit is boring as fuck to watch. This nigga's like the Tim Duncan of rap. In that era when I was growing up, it was like the shit is good, the shit is great, but it's just fundamentals, you know, dribble, you know, jump shot.
So you're saying Jay-Z's is not one of the greatest?
Of course he is, but for me, growing up from Alabama,
he is, but
for me, like. I can way more appreciate his music, like as a grown man and actually really listening to it. I totally understand. But back then, you know, in my environment, I didn't really appreciate it like that, even though I knew it was good.
That's crazy.
That's just straight up. The niggas was like the Spurs to me.
Damn. So who was you listening to then? Now I gotta know who you was listening to. Who was you listening to?
I mean, the typical like Alabama nigga shit, like Pastor Troy. You know who Pastor Troy is?
Of course I know who Pastor Troy is.
That was like one of my first like musical inspirations right there. Yeah, but back then that nigga was the shit. In that area. Like my first song sounded like a Pastor Troy song.
So you had a poster and all that.
I ain't had no posters of nobody. I ain't never been that much of a fan of nobody. I had some ass posters and shit. I'm an ass fan. You know what I'm saying? But not no niggas and shit in my room on my wall. Nah, but yeah, I was listening to shit like, you know, Pastor Troy back then, like, you know, Lil Jon and shit like that.
Fuck no.
Like Ludacris and shit. I'm talking about in this, like when I really like started like
yeah, you was listening to that.
Delving into music and shit. Yeah.
Nah, I wasn't fucking.
That laughing at tapping, all that shit.
Yo, that's when I had moved down south during like the Soulja Boy era. And I remember it was like myself and then two of my cousins came down too. Cause I got kicked out of school in New York. I fuck around, came down south. I was living in South Carolina with my moms.
Mm-hmm.
My real mom. And like went to school. I'm like, yo, me and my cousins, we from New York and shit. We walking around like, yo, these niggas is weird. Why the fuck these niggas got cartoon book bags? You know, everybody's rocking the cartoon book bags and shit.
Yeah, like Soulja Boy and shit.
I'm like, yo, this shit.
Now
I
will say, I always thought Soulja Boy was trash.
Okay.
Always.
That bitch was in that. Great.
I was like, what is wrong with this dude, man? Why he got these fucking shades with his name on? I was never ever a Soulja Boy fan. Never liked. I did one. The ones. Yeah, Lil Jon was the shit down south for a long time.
About
the crunk era, nigga.
That shit trash. Boy.
Lil Jon and the East Side Boys.
East Side Boys. You only niggas I think I was fucking with during the time period was the Yin Yang Twins. You remember that song?
Fuck with the Yin Yangs. Yeah,
that shit was hard.
That shit was hard.
Yeah,
I fuck with the Yin Yang Twins. All them niggas, man.
Yeah, that. You remember that shit? That shit was hard. The clubs.
The fucking Fabo and fucking
no, I ain't fuck with none of that shit.
You ain't fuck with none of the snap your fingers shits.
Nah, I ain't do that shit. I'm a dancer.
The spaceships on Bankhead, none of that.
I ain't fuck with none of that shit.
Damn.
That shit was weird to me. Like, and then the way them niggas was dressing in my white tee.
That song used to be the shit too.
I used to be like, yo, so why these down? You had a big ass white tee on there,
nigga. Down to my knees, nigga.
That nigga's crazy. Now you gotta damn you on that shit. That nigga said to my knees. Yo,
I'm talking about the same shit your grandma would go to sleep in these days.
Damn,
niggas had the biggest clothes ever on, and it was all inspired by all them niggas.
Though, man. At least you know where you from, man. The dirty South, man.
Yeah, man.
Now I fucked with the South, bro, but in South Carolina, I ain't really. Nah, that's not true. Like a lot of my I had like one close friend that was from down south, but like honestly, when I was in high school and shit, I moved down there. I don't know, man. I couldn't get in tune with them.
How old was you when you finally moved?
I came to South Carolina when I was like, what? Like 15?
Okay.
Going on 16, and then I went back to New York.
I mean, that New York shit was already like the core of who you were.
Of course. I mean, bro, sometimes when I was down, like, okay, I got stationed in Fort Benning, like when I went into the military and shit. That was my first duty station.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had already been in New York for a couple of years and shit. So I'm just kind of like, moved down south. I'm like, bro, I don't understand these niggas, bro. Yo, nigga come up to my whip like, yo, we got a dollar. I'm like, what?
Niggas didn't do that in New York? Like homeless niggas didn't come up to your car?
Nah, I mean, I can understand. It's like the accent. I can't understand your accent. Like the accent, like sound crazy and like
it does.
It used to always be annoying when like even my girl would say it sometimes. Like she'll be like, you know, she used to, not now, but like the bruh thing, bruh. That shit, I don't fuck with that.
Yeah,
you know, I be on my yo son, you know me, like.
But see that sounds.
It's the lingo, of course.
That used to sound weird to us, you know, with like who's your son? Like, what you talking? Why y'all saying son every other word? Like,
yeah. But look, I tell you, if you would have like, you know, and like you said, we all happily, you know, married. But if you would have came to New York, they love that. Shorties love that.
Oh yeah.
Like, down south.
I always pictured like a New York shorty coming up to me in some Timbs and being like, "Yo, what up, son?"
Nah, they ain't like that.
And me throwing up in my mouth a little bit.
They are a little bit. They're
a little gritty.
A little gritty and shit like that.
Okay, see, I can't fuck with that.
But like, yeah, yo. But like, if you would have went up to New York, like, you would have been popping. Like, cause I know when I moved to down south, everybody was like, yo, like, it was good. Like my accent was really heavy back then. Like,
yeah, you stood out. You was different.
Yeah, it was different. You feel me? So, you know, but. Yeah, yo, nah, I wasn't listening to no Lil Jon. I wasn't listening to none of that shit, bro. Not like that. I think the most I listened to out of like Lil Jon was like the what's the song by Usher? Tell me again, Lovers and Friends. That shit, you know,
Lil Jon. Like, what?
Yeah, that shit was bro. I did, and then fucking Dave Chappelle when he used to, you know, make fun, you know, do the skits with the Lil Jon shit.
Oh yeah. Dave Chappelle, that's my nigga. I love that nigga, man.
He don't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck. Did you see the comedy special?
I seen every single one, even the last one. They was like really where they were trying to cancel him and shit.
Yeah, the closer.
Yeah, that shit was good. I think one of the funniest ones was like, when you remember the one shit where he was like, yeah, he was talking about going to school. He was talking about how, like, you know, white kids. He was like, the whole school, like, talking about shit, shooting up the school.
Yeah.
He was like, why don't you just skip class, nigga? That's what I did.
Yeah.
That shit was weak. I was like,
because he was talking about the drill. Yeah. He was like, why y'all showing all these kids? You know,
where are we meeting? Really?
Yeah, he was like, ultimately, you showing the shooter with everything too.
Yeah. He be weak. That shit kicking in yet?
I think it kicked in a long time ago.
I forgot to ask. My fault.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little extra smiley now. But I ate just the right amount. But my favorite part of it was when he was talking about J.K. Rowling, the writer of the Harry Potter books and stuff, and how they tried to kind of counsel her after she spoke her mind about transgenders and
they said that she was like a feminist something.
She was some kind of radical feminist, trans exclusionary feminist, and she said gender is a fact, and he was like I agree with that. Gender, it's really kicking in now, but he was like gender. I agree with that. Gender is a fact. And every human being on this planet had to come through the vagina of a real woman. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I remember that.
Yeah, and he was like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying trans pussy is not pussy, but it's impossible pussy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Beyond pussy. That nigga had me weak on that one. Yes. Weak. I think that was one of the jokes they was maddest about, because they tried to get him the fuck out of there.
Yeah, but Netflix wasn't having it. It was like, yo, come on, it's Dave Chappelle, man. He don't give a listen. They would cancel. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He would not give a fuck.
I think he give a fuck, but he think he can't be canceled, and I think he need to be careful with that. I think Netflix
walked away from Comedy Central.
Yeah, he walked away, but he came back and got out. He need fame and notoriety to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Because he might have left at a certain point, but that nigga came all the way back. You know what I'm saying? And I think Netflix stood next to him because they done invested $70 million in this nigga. They can't just remove all his specials, because that would be throwing away all that money. I think it was more of them thinking about what they had already invested in Dave, and that was why they decided not to take off all his shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think he might have, before that, Dave could have did anything with Netflix. He could have had movie deals with them, whatever the fuck, because all his specials was, huge successes and shit, But now I think they're going to be a little more reluctant to work, do any new projects with him. Although I think he producing a few other comedian specials that's gonna be on Netflix and shit. But I don't think he gonna be on them specials and shit. But his name gonna be on them and shit. But I think even them deals was already done.
Yeah, he probably got a bag off them shits, right? He probably got a bag off those bills or off those projects, right?
The ones he already did?
The ones he did.
Yeah, he got $70 million. They paid him $70 million up front for 3 or 4 specials.
That's OD.
That's why he was on the closer. He was like, this is my last special for a while, because this is my last one on the deal that I made with Netflix and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire though. Yeah, man. Shout out to Dave Chappelle.
But
man.
The nigga he's a genius, man. He's one of the best comedians to do it, from a long time. He the way, because he do it like a conversation and don't make the punchline so they coming, but it's he do it in a way to where that shit is hilarious, and he's just telling the story. That whole closer shit was just pretty much him telling the story of the
girl,
the transgender girl that ended up committing suicide and stuff.
She was OD. That was crazy.
And in all the jokes leading up to it, all the whole LGBT community, it seemed missed the whole point, because they probably didn't even watch that shit all the way to the end. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
They probably got triggered by some other joke and was like, fuck him, and turned it off and wrote a fucking Twitter article about him.
I was sad. Once I saw the ending myself, I was like, damn, this shit is a real story.
Yeah, she was a real chick.
That shit was OD. I was like, damn, that's wild. And I think what led to that was because remember, she went on Twitter and she was talking about about Dave Chappelle defending him.
Yeah.
And I think that probably what led
Because the community jumped on her.
Yeah, that's OD, bro. Like,
And like a day after that, she killed herself.
That's crazy. Like,
but ain't nobody else mentioned that shit. No, none of the trans people, none of the people that was protesting, ain't none of them bringing up the fact that maybe they was the one that bullied her into ultimately committing suicide and shit.
It's just like what you said before in the beginning of our podcast when you was talking about, like, you know, everybody against clash, like, shit don't matter. Like, if you're not in some type of like group or some shit, you feel me? They'll, you know, extort you or some shit. You know, it's crazy, man. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. But yeah, like I said, man, shout out Dave Chappelle. He a real one. Like, I think he's real. Like, he keep it real.
Yeah, he keep it all the way real. And he not married to a black woman either.
yeah.
I think his wife is like Asian.
Yeah, because I remember in the one joint, he was like, I remember he was talking about, like, he was like, yeah, like, I believe, like, with the transgenders, when you cut off your dick, he was like, I believe him. He was like, imagine, I was a Chinese dude stuck in a nigga body.
yeah.
He was like, I'm not. He's like, I talk like that. Down, man.
He's so funny though, man.
Yeah. And then the crazy, like, it's weak to me when he be laughing at his own shit. Like, he be weak at his own shit. Like, I be like, damn, this thing is funny. But it's crazy when you look at the audience. The audience is filled with like all types of people. But yeah. Other than that, man.
I think
I'm
I'm pretty fucking high over here. Yeah. I think one of the cams just shut off. The fans though.
Shit. It's working. Yeah. Shit, we fuck around and wrap it up. Shit, I ain't gonna lie, I'm looking tight. Fire on these cameras, though. Shit booming, man.
All right. So, I'm pretty that fucking damn, I'm stuttering and shit. The fucking edible has kicked in, and before I say anything stupid and get us canceled, I think we're gonna wrap this up. This has been the first episode of Quote Ghosts. We in the building. I'm Tommy Gunz.
So New York Smitty, holla at me, man. I'm about to get this Twitter and all that shit popping, Instagram, so y'all can put in your questions, say what you gotta say. If you want us to talk about certain things, you know what I'm saying? We gonna provide that for you guys, because we kind of want to get some content about what y'all want to talk about. You feel me? So, you know.
Yeah, hit us up, man. Quote Ghosts podcast, Instagram, everything is all the social medias. We're gonna hit y'all. We're gonna put them in the description. This is gonna be a weekly podcast. We're gonna drop. We're gonna try to drop a clip episode every day of the week and put the final full episode out like every Friday or something like that. It's not set in stone yet, but we're gonna try to keep y'all with a steady stream of content. And you know what I'm saying? Like we said in the beginning, build a community. And if y'all fuck with us, we fuck with y'all, man. Hit us up in the comment section. Let us know any topics y'all might want us to talk about, any crazy shit you seen that's not like it don't even have to be in the mainstream. You know what I'm saying? Just hit us up, send us a link, and we'll get back to you, man. Quote Ghost Podcast. We in this bitch. Peace.
Wow.